Hi, hello, my name is Gomer Joseph. I hope you've all been having a great day so far. Welcome back to another True Crime Tuesdays video. If you are new, I welcome you. I am so sorry for this small hiatus this past month. I just started nursing school, which has taken so much of my time. I'll be done by January, but until then, I'll try to go ahead and get videos up as often as I can. Before I go on, my reasons for making this video or true crime videos in general is to raise awareness about the case I'm discussing with the information I gathered. These videos are made to glorify God and to point others toward God, not to disrespect the victim or their loved ones in any way. Today I'll be discussing the tragic murder of Demitri Hampton. As I was researching this case, I wasn't just devastated by it, but I was shocked by how it all ended. And don't just watch my video expecting to get all the information about this case. I encourage you all to please do your own research in regards to this case. Here we go. Demitri Hampton was born sometime in 1991 to parents Theodore and Juanita Trent. He did have siblings. He had a sister named Jennifer and a brother Jamal. People have described Demitri as someone who was fun-loving, honest. He saw great potential in the younger generation, even dedicating his life to helping those younger than him. People saw Demitri as funny. He loved sports. Basketball and football were actually his favorites. People saw Demitri as joyful, one who always shared his love with others. And, he was described as somebody who was interested in getting into the Air Force and had goals of working in criminal justice as a way of helping his community. Most of all, people have described Demitri as someone who took responsibility of taking care of his family. On January 27, 2013, Demitri was 21 years old at the time, and this night was just, some normal night. Demitri was at his cousin's Letitia's house. Letitia and her teenage daughter were asleep while her boyfriend Eric was somewhere in the house. Demitri had his girlfriend Frances, who was in the basement at the house, and they were awake as well. And while everything's going well, it's basically the middle of the night. Out of nowhere, some people who wore ski masks kicked Letitia's door in, and what's worse was that these people had a gun, holding Letitia and her boyfriend hostage. Praise God, Letitia's daughter was able to get out of harm's way. She was able to lock herself in a room, but one guy kept asking Letitia, "Where is it?" But Letitia didn't know what this guy was talking about. Frances, Dimitri's girlfriend, heard the commotion upstairs, even calling Dimitri's name, but screaming for him would let the intruders know where she was. Soon enough, Demitri was able to struggle with one of the armed gunmen, and I'm confused, and I'm not sure about how Demitri was able to get to him, but as they were struggling, things were pretty much being put out of place because these two were just battling each other. But as they were just getting at each other, a gunshot was fired, and after the gun was fired, Demitri began to yell, asking his cousin Letitia to call the police. And of course, struggling with this gunman, it wasn't a surprise to Dimitri's family because, again, he was known as somebody who took protecting his family as something like that was high priority. He had to defend his family. And of course, after he was telling his cousin Letitia to call the police, that's exactly what she did. And as the ambulance came by, Demitri was able to hold on to life all the way over to the hospital. But unfortunately, Demitri would pass away minutes after arriving. And it's such a shame that he had to lose his life. But from the info I've gathered, Demitri was a brave individual who made sure his loved ones were out of harm's way. Of course, Dimitri's family was devastated. They were questioning why their precious loved one had to lose their life in such a senseless way. As the investigation was, beginning, the police didn't have any reason to believe that Demitri was the intended target. Further on, Letitia's daughter, who was 16, would tell the police that she recognized the voice of one of the intruders. She named this person Matthew Booker, but he was nicknamed Messiah. Letitia discovered her daughter had hung out with this guy at least at one point, and this Matthew Booker happened to know where Letitia lived. When police were looking into Booker, they discovered that his phone pinged near the house at the time of Dimitri's murder, and not only that, but Dimitri's mother, Juanita, would get an anonymous call from someone stating that Booker killed Demitri, and I honestly cannot fathom the chills that Juanita must have felt when she received that call. Booker really didn't seem like a fan to most people who knew him. Even his girlfriend and the mother of his child, Anika Walker, would admit how she heard about plans to rob Letitia's house, even driving the car to and from the house. Anika would confess as a way of exchanging this information in order to get a misdemeanor hindering prosecution. Eventually, after Anika was sharing all the information, 4 individuals would be charged of murder and robbery. Booker, his brother Corey Wallace, his sister Danielle Hall, and Wallace's stepson Michael Parrish. And from the sound of it, this whole robbery was a family thing, which is just so sickening and so unfathomable. Unsurprisingly, this family, since they're already dysfunctional enough, wouldn't be as loyal to one another since they were all going down anyway. Wallace, who was Booker's brother, would point out Booker as the one who shot and killed Demitri. Because of how messy the trial was, and it's really too confusing for me to put in words, prosecutors decided to drop the charges against Booker and would give him 5 years of attempted murder despite the evidence which was given. And of course, after hearing the sentence and everything that went with it, the family was devastated and confused by this decision, and rightfully so. Unfortunately, I can't say that justice was done in this case, but the God that I serve, the God of the Bible, is a God of justice, and he will make sure that justice is served. Once again, Demitri was a hero who made sure his loved ones were unharmed. It's such a shame that he had to lose his life at 21 doing what he knew was right. My prayers are with Dimitri's family, and it's been at least 7 years since Demitri was taken. Even though these monsters spent such a short amount of time in prison, it wasn't enough time. Dimitri's family is never going to have him back in their lives, and I'm so upset that these monsters get to go back to the streets while Dimitri's family is mourning and will never see him again. If there's anything to learn from this case, it's to please be careful who you interact with. Look after your family, but also do not lead your family astray. I thank you all for taking the time in your day to watch this video. If you did like this video, please hit the like button. If you'd like to go ahead and share your thoughts, please leave your thoughts in the comment section. If you would like to see more videos from me, please feel free to subscribe and click the bell to be notified about the next video. If there's a certain true crime case that you'd like me to cover, please let me know. I'll see y'all for the next True Crime Tuesdays. I'll talk to y'all later.